Winnipeg is the biggest small town you've ever been to. It doesn't take more than 15, 20 minutes to get from one point to another point. I love Canada. I will probably always live in Canada. After my grandfather passed away, my grandmother moved in with us and purchased this cottage as a place for her to go in the summers. And I spent a lot of childhood summers out here with Grandma. Everything I know about my Swedish history came from my grandmother.
Oh, hi, Roxy.
We had this everyday relationship. It wasn't just you go to Grandma's house to see her every once in a while. She was there for every moment of our lives, the good and the bad.
Fritz here.
I think we lost Roxy to the car. Hi.
Her passing really reminded me of the importance of family. And family comes first.
Hi, Mama.
So my father's family, his siblings and their families still come to this cabin to come together on a regular basis. It's our way of feeling connected to her. And everywhere you go in the cabin, you see pieces of Sweden that were hers. And I wish I could just have her here so I could be like, where did you get this? What's the story behind this? Tell me more. My grandmother, and I'm sure tons of people have heard this, but they would always joke that, oh, we're related to royalty. You never know. Maybe we are. Maybe we're not. Maybe I'm related to a band of criminals. You don't know. So what am I looking forward to learning? Anything and everything I can possibly grab onto and put in here. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's in this box. I can't wait to say their names. And I can't wait to feel the appreciation of everything that they built and did so that I can live the life that I live. Dear Brittany, Anna walked into tiny Farilla village and everything seemed to stop. Men froze and stared. Women may have glared. And villager pair knew he had to have her. Anna was Swedish, but after a few years in New York City, her natural good looks had been complemented by some of the sophisticated allure that only big city girls possess. And as she returned home to Farilla, Per stepped up as a man among boys. He stopped her roving eye and won her heart. My grandmother was... She was a looker, too. She was a looker. Per's self-confident gaze had roots 3 centuries back. A robust history full of military men with a strong sense of self, and the women who loved them. Henrik Christian Breuer was the patriarch, born 1683 in Stockholm. My story starts with somebody born in 1683. Those are some serious Swedish roots. His military career started in 1701. He made second lieutenant in 1709 and fought in King Carl XII's historic loss at the Battle of Poltava. Henrik spent the next 13 torturous years as a prisoner of war. 13 years as a prisoner of war. That's a third of my life spent behind bars. When he finally returned home in 1722, he was quickly promoted to lieutenant and transferred to Jämtland Regiment. That's how he ended up here in Oviken. It's so unreal to think that he was here at one point. After what he must have went through, to be able to come home here and just look over the trees and the fields and the lake. I can't believe I get to see it too. Part of me hopes he can see it through me, too.
Here he settles and marries Marta Regina Gillenspar,
a captain's daughter and descendant of Sweden's regent of regents, Gustav Vasa. That's crazy. My grandma always said we were related to royalty. We thought it was a joke. I think she thought it was a joke. Grandma, if you can hear me right now, you're right. Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Their son, Nils, falls into an excruciating coincidence. Like his father, he is captured in a historic battle, Pomerania 1759. Like his father, he serves 13 years as prisoner of war, and just like his father, Nils survives as a hero.
2 of them were prisoners of war for 13 years. It's an absolute miracle that I exist.
The generations to come were full of soldiers' daughters marrying soldiers, until a girl named Brita was born out of wedlock in 1839. Brita marries Per, son of a soldier who also enlists. He takes a new soldier surname by custom, choosing Wahlberg after his home village Vala in Färila. Per and Brita named their son Per Wahlberg in 1866.
Wahlberg is my grandma Eileen's family. So this is my grandma's side. This is our connection.
The rare miracle also broke into the village of Färila. A baby is born, just 2 pounds, 16 ounces, or 1.36 kilos, in 1876.
She's rushed to the priest for a quick christening before dying like so many other infants back then. They didn't even have hope enough to give her a middle name. But then she doesn't die, proving her will to live.
Anna grows to become a vibrant young woman, eager to seize the world. At 19, she boards a ship for New York on her own.
There's an article here. Anna Tide was 90 years old. With the confidence of being 19, she arrived 71 years ago in New York as a Swedish immigrant. She had $4 left in her purse. I spent it for a hat with feathers, she chuckled, and took off my babushka.
She ambitiously finds work at the Washington Roebling Mansion, built in Trenton, New Jersey, for one of New York City's most powerful families.
In 1900, she returns to Sweden due to an illness of one of her sisters in Färila. I heard that she had come back, but I didn't know why. I think the rumor was she'd come back for a boyfriend she had left, or she had left to run away from a boyfriend, but she came back for family, because her sister was sick.
By then, Per Wahlberg was a widower without children, a simple farmer with the power of the earth in his blood. Perhaps his presence seemed grounding to Anna Fried. Per must have seemed worlds away from the New York City playboys she had left behind. But his intention was clear. In October of 1902, they marry in Färila and have a daughter.
They were a good-looking couple. Look at them. I can see how she settled down, and how he just, that was it. He's that one. Her. I want her. Anna is pregnant again, just before Christmas, 1911, when one of her sons shouts, "Papa is coming home," but I think he is sleeping. She rushes out to his carriage and finds her tough 45-year-old husband, Per, still at the reins, the dead of a heart attack. His horses had fought their way home. Anna had their son after Per's death and would go on to live a long and rich life. But the kind of loving home she and Per shared comes maybe once in a lifetime. Their love was passed down through their daughter, Evelyn, and to her daughter, Eileen. Do you form a word? So at my wedding, I wore 4 wedding bands from the women in my life, including Evelyn's wedding ring and my grandma Eileen's, as a symbol of their love. And I can only hope to live and love as they have. After learning more about my story, I just feel as though I'm more